are causing casualties.
Ukraine would not be using these munitions in some foreign land. This is their country they're defending. These are their citizens they're protecting. And they are motivated to use any weapon system they have in a way that minimizes risks to those citizens.
The U.S. says Ukraine has given assurances it will work to clear the cluster munitions post-conflict. The economy adding 209,000 jobs last month. President Biden touting the report and taking a victory lap.
The president really trying to own the economy right now, even as we're seeing that cooling jobs market and stubbornly high inflation. This Bidenomics message is one where the president says his policies have helped contribute to that near 50-year low unemployment rate, to this overall strong jobs growth that we've seen over the past couple of years coming out of the pandemic. And he is expected to tout that unemployment rate rather than kind of focus on still some of those questions about, can the U.S. avoid the recession going forward?
2 more local cases of malaria confirmed in the U.S.
2 more cases of malaria have been confirmed in Sarasota County, Florida. There are now 7 cases of locally transmitted malaria in the U.S. It's the first time it's appeared here in 20 years. 6 of those cases are in Florida, which issued a statewide mosquito-borne illness advisory last month. Doctors are being urged to look out for more possible cases. Malaria can be life-threatening, but it cannot spread from person to person.
ABC's Brian Clark, you're listening to ABC News.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/FREE. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The union, representing 340,000 UPS workers, has given the company until today to avoid a strike. Teamsters General President Sean O'Brien telling ABC News that the union and what the union is asking for.
We want to establish a livable starting wage for part-timers, but also make certain we reward those part-timers who worked through the pandemic. We lost members as a result of going to work when there were no vaccinations, no protections, and all the while, bottom line of their balance sheet kept growing and growing and growing.
Negotiations are ongoing. Investigation closed in the incident between Britney Spears and security for the NBA star in Las Vegas.
In a Las Vegas police report obtained by ABC News, detectives say not only did they determine that no force or violence was used against Britney Spears, but it was Spears' own hand that hit herself in the face when she touched NBA star Victor Wembanyama. He pushed her hand away, and that led her hand to hit her own face. She says she ran up to him as a fan to say hello. He says he had no idea it was Britney Spears and he felt somebody grab him from behind. His security reacted, but police say it was actually her own hand that hit her. The case is closed with no charges. Alex Stone, ABC News.
TikTok and 5 content creators asking a federal judge to block Montana's statewide ban on the video sharing app while their lawsuit against the state is pending. This is ABC News.
Solving mysteries is hard. Streaming them isn't.
We need to know what happened.
There's someone else pulling the strings here.
This month, get in touch with your inner detective and stream the best selection of British mysteries during Mystery Month on BritBox.
That is interesting.
Watch entire series of fan favourites, including the newest seasons of Luther, Silent Witness, Father Brown, Vera, and more.
My lips are sealed.
No one does mystery like the Brits. Start streaming now with a free trial at BritBox.com.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is the Newsradio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff in the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening this Friday afternoon, July 7th. Clallam County's Fire Marshal George Bailey announcing a total burn ban effective immediately. Bailey today said that because of the combined effects of low humidity and the warmer weather, plus the reduced availability of firefighting resources, the county burn ban is being modified to include all campgrounds within unincorporated Clallam County. The ban not only applies to all outdoor burning, but it also includes briquette barbecues. Propane and other gas appliances are permitted, provided the use is over a non-flammable surface and at least 5 feet from flammable vegetation. The exception to the total burn ban is those campgrounds within the Olympic National Park, but they also, along with Olympic National Forest, upgraded their fire restrictions today, too. Both the National Park and National Forest will now only allow campfires in established fire rings in designated areas, effective this Sunday night at midnight. Now, all backcountry and dispersed area campfires will not be allowed, including the use of charcoal grills or other equipment that creates ash. Gas or propane camp stoves with a shutoff valve or lever that extinguishes the flame immediately are permitted in those areas, but should be operated well away from flammable vegetation and forest litter. Extreme caution is being urged with any open flames right now. Campfires on the beaches at Olympic National Park will not be permitted under this current restriction as well. The runway at Fairchild Airport in Port Angeles getting an extreme makeover, but it won't slow down plane traffic in most cases. That's the word from airport manager John Picker, who says 5,000 feet of the 6,000-foot runway is going to be repaved starting this week, but only one half of it at a time.
So the airport is going to be open pretty much for the entire event. We're going to keep 2,500 feet of the runway open, and then there'll be a point after about a month where operations are going to shift to the other end of the runway, and then we're going to use the crosswind runway. So we're just going to manage pavement while the whole process is happening.
Picker says most of Fairchild's plane traffic can take off and land on 2,500 feet of runway. Lakeside Industries beginning the process of milling the top few inches of pavement before adding the new surface. Picker says they'll be upgrading the runway lighting this summer as well. The first phase of paving going to take about 30 days. The second phase will take about 40 days. They'll also need 2 weeks to get the lighting replaced, taking the entire scope of the project to the end of September, with only 3 days of actual airport closures needed in that 3-month period. As for the major users of the airport, Picker says FedEx, UPS, LifeFlight, and Wright Brothers will all be operating as usual.
Yeah, I think the message I want to convey is that this is not going to be intrusive to the general public. You know, you'll see some truck activity at the airport. It's not going to be bringing up noise levels to the point that it's beyond what normal air traffic looks like. I just want people to feel like it's business as normal, you know. So airplanes are going to still be able to come and go. People are going to be able to fly out of Fairchild like they have in the past, and hopefully we're going to have a new air service providing, you know, transportation of folks to the Seattle area.
The new Performing Arts Hall in downtown Port Angeles held its first official public event, a concert last night. Hundreds of people attending the Brubeck Brothers Quartet. Two of the members, sons of the late jazz great Dave Brubeck. June Claypool is the managing director at Field Hall and Event Center.
It is just beyond our wildest expectations. I've only been with Field Hall since January, but lots of these folks have been with this for years, building this dream for years and years, and to actually see it come to fruition and have these doors open and fill it with the community is just, people just don't have words. It's a very emotional night.
Another concert comes up on July 16th, pianist Katya Grineva. Then the big grand opening begins later this month. 2 days of free community concerts will fill the $55 million facility on July 22nd and 23rd. That starts a week-long grand opening celebration that culminates the next weekend, July 29th, with dancers actually on the side of the building and a concert inside from Grammy Award winner Diane Shure. More news after this.
How are you programmed? With 5 new programs, Peninsula College has something for you. Train for a career in natural resources, or automotive technology, or prepare to become a media technician or virtual assistant. Already have a degree? Check out our new specialized management certificates. Find out how you're programmed at pencol.edu/new. Take the quiz for a chance to win a free tablet. That's pencol.edu/new.
Here at Coastal, we really appreciate our loyal Coastal Country Club members, so we have a special sale for you.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
We have a special bucket sale for members only this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All Coastal Country Club members can buy a Coastal 5-gallon bucket for $1 off. You'll get 15% off anything that fits in the bucket, plus 10% off all firearms. Not a member yet? Sign up the same day and you'll be eligible for the bucket sale too. You can also buy 3 bags of Country Companion feed at Coastal and get 1 bag for free. See the store for complete details and excluded items. You must be a loyalty member to receive the discount during the bucket sale.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
Serving Clallam County from Bell Creek Plaza in Sequim.
In other news, former Port Angeles City Council member and Deputy Mayor and Civic Leader Orville Campbell has died. Campbell passed away Sunday at the age of 97 from complications of COVID-19. In Port Angeles, he worked in management for the Crown Zellerbach, James River, and Ishoa companies running the mills on Edda's Hook. During his later years, he was a charter member of the North Olympic Land Trust. He joined the Port Angeles Planning Commission in 1994. He served as a Port Angeles City Councilman for 2 terms, starting in 1996, and went on to be Deputy Mayor of Port Angeles in 2003. He was a member of the Port Angeles Business Association as well as the Faro Marine Life Center beginning in 2010. And he started as a board member for First Step Family Support Center in 1998 and was serving 25 years in that capacity for that organization. Graveside service planned at Ocean View Cemetery this Tuesday at 11 a.m., followed by a memorial service at Vern Burton Community Center. That'll be at noon Tuesday. Dr. Raul Garcia expected to withdraw today from the Washington state governor's race and announce he is instead running for U.S. Senate next year. Garcia, who announced his gubernatorial campaign in May, is now endorsing former Congressman Dave Reichert for governor. Garcia, a Republican emergency room doctor from Yakima, said polls listed him as the Republican frontrunner before Reichert filed the governor's race paperwork last week. Garcia said he and Reichert would make a good team for the state and should not go head-to-head in a campaign leading up to the August 2024 primary. A helpline to help people connected with resources when they're in need has seen an uptick in calls to its service. However, funding remains a barrier to serving even more people. Eric Tegedoff has more on that.
Washington 211 can connect people with about 17,000 resources from its database. The helpline's director, Tim Sullivan, says referral specialists determine what a person needs when they call.
When somebody calls, they're presenting one need, like housing, but typically there's other needs that are identified during that interview. And then the information specialist searches the database we have and then tries to provide up to 3 resources per need for that individual.
Sullivan says 211 can provide other resources, including for legal issues, utility assistance, and veteran and senior services. The helpline partnered with the Washington State Department of Health to provide a COVID hotline during the pandemic. The number of calls jumped from about 250,000 in 2019 to 400,000 in 2020, Sullivan says, and it hasn't come down since then. His organization asked for $5 million in this year's budget to expand its services, but the request was turned down.
So it's really difficult for us without getting additional funds from the state to be able to continue to operate at a level that we need to, especially with the new rise in people that are needing assistance.
According to its data from the past year, about 1/3 of calls to 211 concern housing. Sullivan says his organization has been helping with Ride United Transportation Access, a partnership with Lyft to get people to places like job interviews and medical services. I'm Eric Tegedoff.
This is News Radio KONP.
End-of-life decisions are hard. Be it pre-planning or sudden loss, you need to have an advocate in your corner, which is why I wholeheartedly recommend Drennan and Ford Funeral Home and Crematory in Port Angeles, the only locally owned funeral home and crematory in Clallam County. Their expertise ensures a smooth process so you can focus on healing and being with your loved ones. Their help through the darkest time in my life will forever stay with me. Call 360-457-1210.
At Angelus Millwork, we know that when you are a builder of things, a do-it-yourselfer, or a homeowner, having the right tool is essential to doing it right the first time. A lot of time though, those tools are expensive, and you may only need that tool once to complete your project. Instead of buying the tool, we encourage you to rent that tool from us. At Angelus Millwork, we are the only rental location in Port Angeles, and we also have the only website on the peninsula with our entire inventory online with tools ready to reserve right now. We know how important it is to get the right instruction for a tool you may have never used before, so we have the support set up for you to feel confident. Our rental department will instruct you on the tool's proper use, care, and safety while working on your project. You can even get more support 24/7 on our website, which has every tool listed with descriptions, rates, links to videos, and manuals on each tool. So visit us in person at Angelus Millwork or check us out online at rental.angelusmillwork.com. Again, that's rental.angelusmillwork.com. Angelus Millwork and Hartnagel Building Supply. Building homes, building community since 1906.
All Weather Heating and Cooling is your Carrier authorized dealer. The Infinity Heat Pump by Carrier offers the highest heating efficiency, making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Contact All Weather Heating and Cooling today or go to carrier.com.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Daytime highs approaching 68 this afternoon under mainly sunny skies, winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows around 52. Daytime highs approaching 67 tomorrow, sunny skies and calm. Dry with temperatures near average Sunday and Monday and highs in the upper 60s. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 60 degrees.
From ABC Sports, this is Rich Cantu. For the first time this season, the Rays were looking to avoid getting swept, hosting the Phillies, tied at 1, top 11.
The pitch to Schwarber, swinging a ground ball through the right side, a base hit. Coming around third, Sosa, he's going to score. Kyle Schwarber with a base hit to right has put the Phillies on top 2-1.
The call on WIP, the Phils would add an insurance run in the frame, blanked the Rays in the bottom of the 11th for a 3-1 win. The Rays have now lost a season-high 5 games. In Washington, the NL Central leading Reds took a 4-game winning streak into their tilt with the Nats. Top of the 10th, Nick Senzel coming up clutch.
And he hits this ball high and deep and way back there and gone. Nick Senzel is the hero of the day.
The call on WLW, Senzel's 2-run blast lifted Cincy to a 5-4 win over the Nationals. This is ABC Sports. The Red Sox erupted for 6 runs in the 7th inning to put away the Rangers 10-6. The Mariners topped the Astros 5-1. Houston put Jose Altuve on the injured list. The Mets were going for the sweep of the Diamondbacks, top of the 1st.
Plugs deep down the left field line, a laser beam that gets out for a homer. Oh, a screamer by Alonso down the left field line.
Pat McCarthy with the call on WCBS. New York breaks out for 9 runs en route to a 9-0 rout of the D-backs. Rookie all-star Corbin Carroll left the game with a shoulder injury. At Yankee Stadium,
the 3-2. Put in the air, left field, down the line. It's in the corner. Kiner Falefa chasing it, and it will exit the ballpark.
The call on WBAL, Gunnar Henderson started the route and would hit another one out later. Orioles crushed the Pinstripers 14-1. At Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers and Pirates were tied at 2 in the bottom of the 6th.
Muncy 0 for 2, hitting 192, and a fly ball to center field. Sawinski going back. He's at the wall. He looks up, and it's gone. A home run.
The call on KLAC, Max Muncy's shot the difference in the game. Dodgers beat the Pirates 5-2. Cardinals blanked the Marlins 3-0. Brewers edged the Cubs 6-5. Blue Jays sweep a doubleheader with the White Sox 6-2 in 11 and 5-4. NBA, the Hawks and DeJounte Murray agree to a 4-year, $120 million extension. This is Rich Cantu, ABC Sports.
Bad Boy Mowers is giving back to all those that risk their lives to protect and defend our nation. Our Bad Boys of America Zero Turns for Our Heroes program is available for a limited time at Bad Boys nationwide dealer network. Qualified buyers, that's veterans, active duty military, first responders, EMTs, firefighters, and law enforcement, receive up to 25% off MSRP on all Bad Boy mower models. Get your Bad Boy mower at Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales in Squim.
Join us on the beautiful Seven Cedars Hotel patio all summer long for live local music every Friday and Saturday through the summer. Enjoy an evening under the setting sun, relaxing in our plush patio seats, fire pits, and beverage service, while local musicians from all over the peninsula do what they do best. Finish out the evening playing a few slots or table games and enjoy a dinner at Napoli's or the House of Seven Brothers. Check out the full summer lineup of performers on sevencedars.com.
News Radio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Doesn't anybody barbecue anymore? Or are we all using gas grills? Clorox is laying off 62 workers next month at its Kingsford charcoal factory in Summershade, Kentucky. Clorox says it's trying to find jobs in the company for the laid-off workers. It's all over for Bye Bye Baby. The chain, owned by bankrupt Bed Bath & Beyond, failed to attract a buyer at auction. Dream On Me Industries will acquire the chain's intellectual property, but Bye Bye Baby stores will close. Stocks are drifting toward the close, with prices mostly higher. Only the Dow is lower. Dow Industrial's down 17. The S&P is up 12. The Nasdaq up 71. Levi Strauss finds itself with its pants down and its stock price. Sales of its jeans and other apparel fell 9% last quarter, and the company has lowered its outlook for the full year. Levi Strauss is down more than 6%. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Radio.
Update on the road and traffic conditions next, brought to you by Angeles Furniture and Olympic Medical Center.
The Beauty Rest Black 4th of July sale is going on now at Angeles Furniture, but only until July 10th. Get up to $900 off select Beauty Rest Black adjustable sets. You'll also get up to $800 off on Beauty Rest Harmony Luxe adjustable sets during the sale. Get the refreshing sleep you deserve today on your new Beauty Rest mattress. But the discounts won't last forever. Stop by Angeles Furniture before July 10th to take advantage of 4th of July sale savings at Angeles Furniture.
Your Olympic Medical Center is a top 100 rural and community hospital in the U.S. for the 8th year in a row. Our team members' dedication to quality, safety, and care for every patient who walks through our doors is what makes OMC rurally awesome. Congratulations to the OMC team for once again being a top 100 hospital. You should be proud. Learn more at olympicmedical.org/top100.
Newsradio KONP. Traffic and roads.
Up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center now. That's where Taryn's standing by with a check of the roads this noon hour for us. Good afternoon, Taryn.
Good afternoon. Currently we have no major slowdowns, just the usual lunch hour traffic to report. They are doing construction in Port Angeles on Marine Drive from the Tumwater Truck Route to Hill Street. And they are still working on Rice Street up there, 8th, that is closed off and rerouted. Currently, the Hood Canal Bridge is open to all vehicle traffic. There is a scheduled closure at 6:15 this evening, so be aware of that. For ferry information, go to the WashDOT website for real-time information. All Clallam Transit buses are on regular routes and schedules at this time. This is Taryn live at Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Taryn. Persistent cloudiness out there in Port Townsend. It's overcast, 57. Broken clouds out at the coast at Nia Bay where it's 63. Cloudy and 63 at Forks. Squim's got a few broken clouds now. It's 57, and it's still mostly cloudy in Port Angeles, although it's starting to burn off. Trying to. 61 degrees out there right now.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
You ever wonder why you keep having the same dream? Well, experts we talked to said they don't necessarily believe they represent universal symbols, but rather what an individual's own sort of personal symbol system is, and their associations to something. So, for example, dreams about running late for school or work might mean you're worried about being unprepared for those things. Or maybe it could mean something more. Dreams about losing your teeth, for example, that's a common one. That might have to do with the loss of something else in your life. Feelings of hopelessness or defenseless or health concerns. The experts told us once you have a better sense of what your worries are, writing about them before bed can actually be helpful for alleviating negative recurring dreams as well as stress in general. You can also write out alternate, happier endings to your dreams and even rehearse those things right before you go to bed. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm-fresh taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, with more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties, classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Women are tired of bulky, leaky plastic pads made with harsh ingredients that itch and irritate their skin. Attention Grace has set out to design the cleanest, highest performing incontinence products, and the difference is night and day. Women everywhere are switching to Attention Grace, a revolutionary line of skin-safe incontinence liners, pads, and briefs that are tough on leaks, safe on skin, and gentler on the planet. Ready to upgrade your incontinence care? Attention Grace, now available at walmart.com and 1,500 supercenters nationwide.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart, and this is One Moment in America. Our Civil War was a terrible time of suffering and hardship and death. But amidst all of that suffering, something very wonderful did happen in America. I'll tell you that story after this important message.
Hey, Kelly, answer me a question. What's the greatest nation in the world?
That's easy. America.
Would you ever leave America?
No way. I love America. Jerry, why all the questions?
Well, because I'm concerned. America is changing so much, so fast. There's too much crime and disrespect, and most of us are doing nothing.
But we do have so many good people in America, right?
Yes, we do. But so many are doing nothing to save America.
Then what do we do?
Well, we must act. If not, the children, our future leaders, may never see our American greatness.
And what can you do to help? You can help us. God has shown us a way, and we are determined to do our part. Go now to www.jerrystewartusa.com and see our Saving America website. It's a place full of great stories and a site for all ages.
Do you love America? Want to save America? Go to www.jerrystewartusa.com to help us. Our Civil War was a terribly destructive time in our history, with literally hundreds of thousands of lives destroyed. But this fact you may not know. During that 5 years of our Civil War, one of the greatest religious revivals took place in America, and so many accepted Jesus Christ as their Savior. The battle hymn of the Republic tells that story quite well. He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Are you in God's army? I'm Jerry Stewart, and that was One Moment in America.
For the Washington State News Network, I'm Michael McDonald. Airport operations resumed after an Alaska Airlines flight from Atlanta to Seattle made an emergency landing in Spokane last evening. An Alaska Air spokesperson says a passenger made a direct threat to the safety of the aircraft. Passengers were removed from the plane, and the Spokane County Bomb Squad responded. The suspect was arrested. No bomb was discovered. OceanGate, the Everett, Washington-based company whose submersible went down near the Titanic wreck and killed 5 June 18th, has suspended operations. A message appeared Thursday on their website saying OceanGate has suspended all exploration and commercial operations. Shortly after the Titan's remains were found near the Titanic, the company's Everett facility was found to be closed with the gates locked. And the Northern Lights could be visible in Washington, along with 15 other states, next week. The University of Alaska Fairbanks Geophysical Institute predicting high activity of the Aurora Borealis on Thursday. That's July the 13th across Canada and much of the northern tier of the United States. The colorful light show in the night sky will be visible as far south as Indiana and from Maine to Washington State. The best time to see the Northern Lights will be from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. local time. The best place to see them in rural areas away from city lights. For details on these stories and others, download the WSNN mobile app or visit WashingtonStateNews.net.
If you're a contractor, it's now easier for you to do business with the Department of Labor and Industries. Go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line and make an appointment with us ahead of time. No waiting around, no wasted time away from your job site. You get in, get out, and get on your way. Easy. So contractors, just go to lni.wa.gov/skip the line to make an appointment and get back to doing what you do best.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I'm John Scott. Today's job report showed employers added 209,000 positions in June. PNC Senior Economic Advisor Stuart Hoffman says
When the Fed meets later this month, they will return to rate hikes.
I think after skipping a rate hike in June, they're going to go back to hiking by 0.25% in July, and frankly, that is widely expected.
The June hiring figure was the smallest in 2.5 years. The unemployment rate fell from 3.7 to 3.6%. That's near a 5-decade low. Also at townhall.com, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg says the upcoming summit will deliver more broad support to Ukraine.
First, we will agree a multi-year program of assistance to ensure full interoperability between the Ukrainian armed forces and NATO. Second, we will upgrade our political ties by establishing the NATO-Ukraine Council. And third, I expect ally leaders will reaffirm that Ukraine will become a member of NATO.
But membership talks about joining NATO off the table while Ukraine is at war with Russia. A milestone in the history of warfare dating back to World War I is about to be reached as the United States prepares to destroy the last of its declared chemical weapons stockpile. Workers at the Bluegrass Army Depot in Kentucky close to eliminating the last of thousands of rockets filled with sarin nerve gas that have been stored there since the 1940s. Another Army site in Colorado completed destruction of its stockpile last month. On Wall Street, stocks remain higher, the Dow up 51 points and the Nasdaq adding 97. More at townhall.com.
Want to get out of just about anything and look like an earth-saving hero? Just use the environment excuse. High school reunion? Ooh, sorry, can't. Planetary obligations. Unfortunate bridesmaid's dress. Unfortunately, you promised the climate you'd buy more vintage. Chauffeuring teens? Yeah, the earth really needs them to hoof it. That's right, the environment is always the best excuse. So go ahead, ask your bae to dim all the lights because carbon emissions. Tell your dad-botted dad to eat more plants, for the planet, obviously. Kindly tell the...
Now. Jimmy and Rosalind Carter marking their 77th wedding anniversary with a quiet Friday at their South Georgia home, extending their record as the longest married first couple ever. The 39th president is 98, the former first lady 95. A cross burning in Southern California.
3 wooden crosses outside a small Los Angeles church have been found burned, and authorities say it's being investigated as a possible hate crime. Firefighters responded to a report of a fire shortly before 5 a.m. Thursday in the Sylmar area and found the flames were already out, leaving smoldering wood. One cross had either fallen over or been knocked down in a rock garden in front of Sylmar Christian Fellowship Church. The Los Angeles Police Department is investigating with the fire department and federal agents. Church pastor Pierre Howard, who's black, says there have been no threats against the church. He describes it as multiracial. Keith Peters reporting.
Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. South Korea's government has formally endorsed the safety of Japanese plans to discharge treated wastewater from the disabled Fukushima nuclear power plant.
A few days ago, the International Atomic Energy Agency gave its approval for Japan's plan to release treated radioactive water into the sea. Now Japan's neighbour South Korea has given its assessment. It says it's been reassured that the release of water is safe as long as it goes according to plan. The conclusion comes after South Korean scientists visited Fukushima to inspect Japan's plans. But the judgment is unlikely to be welcomed by many South Korean people who've staged numerous protests against the release and stockpiled sea salt for fear future supplies could be contaminated.
The BBC's Michael Burstow. Another check on Wall Street. The Dow is ahead 45 points and the S&P 500 up 19. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is the Newsradio KONP Noon Report.
Town Ortloff in the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening this Friday afternoon. July 7th. Clallam County's Fire Marshal George Bailey announcing a total burn ban effective immediately. Bailey today said that because of the combined effects of low humidity and the warmer weather, plus the reduced availability of firefighting resources, the county burn ban is being modified to include all campgrounds within unincorporated Clallam County. The ban not only applies to all outdoor burning, but it also includes briquette barbecues. Propane and other gas appliances are permitted, provided the use is over a non-flammable surface and at least 5 feet from flammable vegetation. The exception to the total burn ban is those campgrounds within the Olympic National Park, but they also, along with Olympic National Forest, upgraded their fire restrictions today, too. Both the National Park and National Forest will now only allow campfires in established fire rings in designated areas, effective this Sunday night at midnight. Now, all backcountry and dispersed area campfires will not be allowed, including the use of charcoal grills or other equipment that creates ash. Gas or propane camp stoves with a shutoff valve or lever that extinguishes the flame immediately are permitted in those areas, but should be operated well away from flammable vegetation and forest litter. Extreme caution is being urged with any open flames right now. Campfires on the beaches at Olympic National Park will not be permitted under this current restriction as well. The runway at Fairchild Airport in Port Angeles getting an extreme makeover, but it won't slow down plane traffic in most cases. That's the word from airport manager John Picker, who says 5,000 feet of the 6,000-foot runway is going to be repaved starting this week, but only one half of it at a time.
So the airport is going to be open pretty much for the entire event. We're going to keep 2,500 feet of the runway open, and then there'll be a point after about a month where operations are going to shift to the other end of the runway, and then we're going to use the crosswind runway. So we're just going to manage pavement while the whole process is happening.
Picker says most of Fairchild's plane traffic can take off and land on 2,500 feet of runway. Lakeside Industries beginning the process of milling the top few inches of pavement before adding the new surface. Picker says they'll be upgrading the runway lighting this summer as well. The first phase of paving going to take about 30 days. The second phase will take about 40 days. They'll also need 2 weeks to get the lighting replaced, taking the entire scope of the project to the end of September, with only 3 days of actual airport closures needed in that 3-month period. As for the major users of the airport, Picker says FedEx, UPS, LifeFlight, and Wright Brothers will all be operating as usual.
Yeah, I think the message I want to convey is that this is not going to be intrusive to the general public. You know, you'll see some truck activity at the airport. It's not going to be bringing up noise levels to the point that it's beyond what normal air traffic looks like. I just want people to feel like it's business as normal, you know. So airplanes are going to still be able to come and go. People are going to be able to fly out of Fairchild like they have in the past, and hopefully we're going to have a new air service providing, you know, transportation to folks to the Seattle area.
The new Performing Arts Hall in downtown Port Angeles held its first official public event, a concert last night. Hundreds of people attending the Brubeck Brothers Quartet. Two of the members, sons of the late jazz great Dave Brubeck. June Claypool is the managing director at Field Hall and Event Center.
It is just beyond our wildest expectations. I've only been with Field Hall since January, but lots of these folks have been with this for years, building this dream for years and years, and to actually see it come to fruition and have these doors open and fill it with the community is just, people just don't have words. It's a very emotional night.
Another concert comes up on July 16th, pianist Katya Grineva. Then the big grand opening begins later this month. 2 days of free community concerts will fill the $55 million facility on July 22nd and 23rd. That starts a week-long grand opening celebration that culminates the next weekend, July 29th, with dancers actually on the side of the building and a concert inside from Grammy Award winner Diane Shure. In other news, former Port Angeles City Council member and deputy mayor and civic leader Orville Campbell has died. Campbell passed away Sunday at the age of 97 from complications of COVID-19. In Port Angeles, he worked in management for the Crown Zellerbach, James River, and Ishoa companies running the mills on Edda's Hook. During his later years, he was a charter member of the North Olympic Land Trust. He joined the Port Angeles Planning Commission in 1994. He served as a Port Angeles City Councilman for 2 terms, starting in 1996, and went on to be deputy mayor of Port Angeles in 2003. He was a member of the Port Angeles Business Association as well as the Faro Marine Life Center beginning in 2010. And he started as a board member for First Step Family Support Center in 1998 and was serving 25 years in that capacity for that organization. Graveside service planned at Ocean View Cemetery this Tuesday at 11 a.m., followed by a memorial service at Vern Burton Community Center. That'll be at noon Tuesday. Dr. Raul Garcia expected to withdraw today from the Washington state governor's race and announce he is instead running for U.S. Senate next year. Garcia, who announced his gubernatorial campaign in May, is now endorsing former Congressman Dave Reichert for governor. Garcia, a Republican emergency room doctor from Yakima, said polls listed him as the Republican frontrunner before Reichert filed the governor's race paperwork last week. Garcia said he and Reichert would make a good team for the state and should not go head-to-head in a campaign leading up to the August 2024 primary. A helpline to help people connected with resources when they're in need has seen an uptick in calls to its service. However, funding remains a barrier to serving even more people. Eric Tegedoff has more on that.
Washington 211 can connect people with about 17,000 resources from its database. The helpline's director, Tim Sullivan, says referral specialists determine what a person needs when they call.
When somebody calls, they're presenting one need, like housing, but typically there's other needs that are identified during that interview. And then the information specialist searches the database we have and then tries to provide up to 3 resources per need for that individual.
Sullivan says 211 can provide other resources, including for legal issues, utility assistance, and veteran and senior services. The helpline partnered with the Washington State Department of Health to provide a COVID hotline during the pandemic. The number of calls jumped from about 250,000 in 2019 to 400,000 in 2020, Sullivan says, and it hasn't come down since then. His organization asked for $5 million in this year's budget to expand its services, but the request was turned down.
So it's really difficult for us without getting additional funds from the state to be able to continue to operate at a level that we need to, especially with the new rise in people that are needing assistance.
According to its data from the past year, about 1/3 of calls to 211 concern housing. Sullivan says his organization has been helping with Ride United Transportation Access, a partnership with Lyft to get people to places like job interviews and medical services. I'm Eric Tegedoff.
This is News Radio KONP.
What's better than clean floors? New clean floors. It's summertime, and that means summer sales at TJ's Flooring. Done better and priced better, sale or no sale, the pros at TJ's get the job done right. The first time. Their professional expertise and skill help bring your vision to life. Those old floors do need a revamp, and maybe you just don't know exactly what you want. But Tom at TJ's can help. Let him guide you through the process and pick out the flooring right for you. Are you driving right now? If you are, drive yourself right on over to TJ's because as we speak, you could be picking out brand new hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl plank or carpet. You could be scheduling that install for next week. You could be watching the team at TJ's completing installation right now. And you could already be another satisfied TJ's Flooring customer. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today. 360-670-5188 or stop on by. TJ's Flooring, East Highway 101 and Monroe Road in Port Angeles.
I was scared the night you overdosed, but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me, and I knew how to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
Naloxone can reverse an opioid or fentanyl overdose. Carry it with you. For more info, go to preventoverdosewa.org. A message from the Washington State Department of Health.
Students in Washington State left money on the table in 2021. Did you know that Washington State has one of the most generous student financial aid programs in the country? But we also have one of the lowest rates of financial aid application completion, around 49th in the country. Our students could be getting more funding for career training or college than they are. If you or your student would like help accessing funding for college or career training, visit our website at tinyurl.com/United Way Financial Aid to get connected today.
Got an event? Make it special with live classic hits from Black Diamond Junction. The band voted best on the peninsula the past 7 years in a row.
We hired BDJ for our anniversary party. Their classic hits were so good and kept all generations of our guests dancing.
What a great band and the best entertainers. We had them for an event and won't hesitate to bring them back again. No question.
BDJ made our annual family and friends party the best ever. So professional and great to work with.
Get more info at blackdiamondjunction.com or Black Diamond Junction on Facebook and Instagram.
It's time for your Port of PA Today.
Hi, I'm John Pickard, the airport manager at Fairchild International Airport, and I'm excited to share with you that major improvements and upgrades to our airport will have started and last throughout the summer. We haven't seen this kind of upgrade for over 20 years, so it's exciting to see that the work being accomplished this summer will endure for years to come. The upgrades include resurfacing our runway, upgrading lighting, and making some improvements to navigational aids. This project should be completed in early October. The impact to you this summer should be minimal. Few extra heavy work truck traffic around the airport and a slight reduction in flights. FedEx, UPS, and LifeFlight will all be operating as usual during construction, so there should be no interruption to the services they provide. This project is being completed by local companies using local workers, and that the majority of costs will be covered by the FAA, WashDOT, and the Port of Port Angeles. I'll keep you updated on the airport Facebook page.
Weather forecast calls for sun increasing through the afternoon today after we burn off some of this fog and marine air. Highs into the upper 60s to low 70s today. A northwest wind to 20 miles per hour later this afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, lows near 50. West winds gusting to 30 miles per hour this evening. A partly sunny morning tomorrow, becoming more sunny through the day. Highs will be upper 60s to mid 70s with variable winds switching over to northwest and gusting to 25 miles per hour in the afternoon. Saturday night, mostly clear. Lows will be in the upper 40s to mid 50s. And then Sunday, partly sunny again in the morning, becoming sunny through the day. Highs will be in the upper 60s to mid 70s. Clear for Sunday night. Lows will be in the low 50s and back to work Monday with sunshine and about 70. Clear Monday night. Lows in the low 50s. Tuesday, another sunny day on the way with highs near 70. Clear skies Tuesday night. Lows in the low 50s. Wednesday, sunny and 70. Wednesday night, clear and lows in the low 50s. And guess what? Thursday, sunshine again. Low to mid 70s for your highs. Currently, a lot of marine air still lingering. It's starting to try to burn off out there. In Port Townsend, we've got some broken clouds, 57 now there in the east end of the peninsula. Out west to the coast, it's mostly cloudy in Nia Bay and 63. Same thing in Forks, also 63. Squim's got broken clouds and 57. It is, burning off out there right now. We'll call it partly cloudy skies in Port Angeles. And right now we're looking at 61 degrees.
July is the month we get to celebrate the birth of our country, and what a great country it is. We live in a great time for consumers and cars. We have some of the best brands ever built with focus on safety, fuel economy, function, and fun. There's so many options with electric, hybrid, diesel, and gas. Add all that to the lower cost of ownership and peace of mind with the Wilder Advantage. Just come celebrate with us. Stop by or check us out 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
Stick out your tongue and say, ah, it's the craziest thing you ever saw. Here at Olympic Game Farm, they say howdy with a wave of a paw. Now it's hard to steer clear of the elk and the deer when they pop in to say hello. They've got lions and tigers and bears. Oh, don't forget about the buffalo. It's impossible to stay calm. So come out with your dad and your mom. Canine and feline, you'll find us online at onlygamefarm.com.
Are you looking to discover a career that will help you grow? Look no further than Olympic Medical Center. Hi, I'm Samantha Jacobson. I started as a medical office assistant, and today I'm the Associate Director of Olympic Medical Physicians. OMC empowers employees to explore opportunities and encourages growth. Because of this, my career has soared at OMC, and yours can too. Grow your career at olympicmedical.org/discover.
Clallam PUD will hold a special meeting for an in-depth review of the water and wastewater cost of service study, including strategies for recouping cost of service and the associated rate impacts. PUD water and wastewater customers will have an opportunity to comment following the presentation. The meeting will be held on Monday, July 10th at 9 a.m. at the PUD main office in Carlsberg and via Zoom. Find login information on the PUD's website at www.clallampud.net.
There are 1,000 ways to say it.
Nope. Knock it off. Shut it down. Dream on. No dice. Give it a rest. Not a chance.
Or just.
All text. You focus on the road.
As a passenger, you have the power to prevent an accident. There are 1,000 ways to stop a distracted driver. Choose one.
A message from CTIA.
Newsradio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Minutes to go ahead of the closing bell, and stocks are on track to end the day mixed and little changed after a not too hot, not too cool June jobs report. 209,000 jobs added, fewer than forecast, but the unemployment rate edging a notch lower to 3.6%. And with that, the Dow is down about 0.1%. The NASDAQ 0.33% higher. The S&P 500 just slightly higher. It's the end of the road for all bye-bye baby stores. They're shutting down after the brand, owned by Bed Bath & Beyond. Remember that chain? Well, it failed to attract a buyer at an auction. Electric engine auto sales growth has begun to slow a bit in the U.S. Motor Intelligence says sales of plug-in models grew by almost 50% in the first half of the year, but that's down from 65% growth last year. And it's summer, but is anybody barbecuing? The Kingsford Charcoal Factory in Kentucky announcing it's laying off 62 workers. I'm Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Last check of the noontime road and traffic conditions next, brought to you by McCrory Carpet One and Leeds Farm Supply.
McCrory Carpet One is part of a 1,000-store co-op. That means you get the competitive pricing of a big box store, but with a superior installation. Their team of professional installers are all employees who live here on the peninsula. Their installation teams take pride in their work because they know they're working for their neighbors and friends, local craftsmen helping local people. Experience the difference. Always priced right and always done right at McCrory Carpet One. For almost 20 years, Mow with an Attitude has been Bad Boy's promise to continue to lead in zero-turn mower innovation, lead in build quality, lead in comfort and value in every class and category of mower we deliver to every Bad Boy mower dealer across the good old USA. Mowing season is here. Get out, stand on, sit on, and test drive your new Bad Boy mower today. Get your Bad Boy mower at Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales in Swim. Mow with an Attitude.
Newsradio KONP, traffic and roads.
All right, let's head back up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center. That is where Taryn's standing by with one last look at a busy noontime commute for us. Good afternoon, Taryn.
Good afternoon. It is Friday, and we have the usual Friday traffic downtown, but no major slowdowns to report. We do have construction going on Marine Drive, heading west from Tumwater to Hill Street and Ray Street at 8th. Make sure you're extra careful in those areas. Currently, the Hood Canal Bridge is open to all vehicle traffic. There is a planned closure at 1:15, so be aware of that. All Clallam Transit buses are on regular routes, and for ferry information, go to WashDOT's website for real-time information. This is Taryn live at Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Taryn. It's 12:53. I'm not sure I want to share this one, but a study reveals only 6 in 10 commuters would give up their seat for an expectant mother. Of those who won't give up a seat, 1 in 4 won't in case she wasn't actually expecting a child. That's what they said. All right, what have we become, right? According to Food and Wine magazine, Austin is the best place to live if you like eating from food trucks. Here's the ranking. Austin at number 1. Number 2, Portland, Oregon. Number 3 is Los Angeles. New York comes in 4th, and number 5 is Miami. It is 6 minutes now in front of 1 o'clock. We get a Consumer Tech Minute next from Kim Commando. Remember, Kim's full show comes your way tomorrow from 9 to noon here on KONP.
And now the real fight begins. Forget the silly Zuckerberg versus Musk
kickboxing challenge. Elon Musk is claiming that Mark Zuckerberg's new Threads app is a direct ripoff of Twitter, and he's ready to fight. Only this fight will be in court. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. When one billionaire believes that another has stolen his property, you better watch out. Attorneys for Elon Musk say that Zuckerberg's new Threads app stole Twitter's trade secrets and intellectual property. They say Zuck went out and hired former Twitter engineers, and they used Twitter's trade secrets to quickly build Threads in only a few months. Okay, Threads really does look like Twitter. Zuck says that Threads is a Twitter killer. He wants to track everyone who dislike Elon Musk's political views. This is definitely one to watch. More than just money is at stake here. This is a battle of billionaire egos, folks. And be sure to get more tech smarts the easy way. Get my free daily newsletter at getkim.com. 4th of July is a celebration of what makes this country great, freedom. It doesn't matter what your politics are or who you voted for. We as Americans can all agree on this. Everyone has the right to express themselves freely. Sadly, these days, it seems like the big tech monopoly is more interested in pushing their views than letting you express yours. That's why I use ExpressVPN. See, these free-to-access tech giants, they're not really free. They make their money by tracking your searches, video history, and everything you click on, and then selling it. When you use ExpressVPN on your device, you anonymize much of your online presence by hiding your IP address. So your activity is more difficult to trace and then sell to advertisers. ExpressVPN also encrypts all your network data across any of your devices at the push of a button. It's that easy. Visit expressvpn.com/Kim to get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim.
Our excellence is shining, yet so many of us are dying. Colon cancer is silently killing our people, our friends, and family. So screen we must. We do this for all of us. The health revolution must begin. From diagnosis to death rates, colon cancer can no longer win. Ravaging Black communities, colon screenings are a must. They're recommended for those 45 and up to pinpoint and treat the signs. If detected early, colon cancer is treatable, 91% beatable. It's on us to stand up to cancer once and for all. What's up? This is will.i.am, and I'm joining Stand Up to Cancer and Providence Health System to let you know that colon cancer affects the Black community at a higher rate. But there's hope. Getting screened for colon cancer can save your life. So learn about your screening options, including easy-to-use at-home tests. Ask your doctor or go to providence.org/colon-cancer to determine which screening option is right for you.
For what it's worth, I'm Derek Dennis. 12-year-old Noah Roche remembers noticing a little boy sinking to the bottom of the apartment complex pool.
I saw him, and I just knew that he wasn't okay.
7-year-old Griffin Emerson removing his floaty, struggling to keep his head above water.
I just wanted to prove myself. I can actually, swim and stuff.
Noah wondering what to do, asking his brother to help.
He didn't know she was just playing down there or something, so I just told Weston to get in and dive down to see if he's okay.
Weston pulling Griffin to the surface and with help to the side of the pool. Their mom calling 911, Griffin's mom doing CPR, saving his life.
Spit out some water and that's it.
The Genesee County, Michigan Sheriff honoring all 3 boys at a local ceremony.
There you go, Griffin, Noah, there you go.
Griffin's grandfather grateful.
A lot of my heroes don't wear capes, and there are 2 of them.
For what it's worth, I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Let's face it, talking about life insurance is never easy. But after we watched a close friend lose her husband with no insurance, we decided that wasn't going to happen to our family.
Yeah, but shopping for life insurance can be almost as difficult as talking about it.
But then we heard about Ethos Life Insurance. They're a new kind of life insurance, built for people on a busy schedule who don't have time for unnecessary doctor's visits, fine print, or hidden fees. Who want to keep it simple.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. We answered a few basic questions, and within minutes, we had an estimate of what it would cost and what sort of policy made sense for us.
I never imagined life insurance could be so affordable.
And accessible.
The peace of mind knowing that our future is secure, it just removes a lot of the fear around getting older and...
Yeah, the unexpected.
I'm glad we talked about it.
I'm glad we went with ethoslife.com.
Go to ethoslife.com now for your free estimate. That's ethoslife.com. ethoslife.com.
Join the Parks and Recreation Department for an exciting and fun-filled day as we celebrate the 2023 Port Angeles Day of Play. This year's event will take place on July 22nd and will have recreational activities for families and children of all ages. The Day of Play recognizes the importance of recreation in our lives and highlights the many opportunities we have in our area. For more information, please visit www.cityofpa.us/Day of Play. We hope to see you there.
Clallam Transit System now offers free fare for veterans. Veteran ID cards are issued at the Transit Administration Office Monday through Friday from 9 till 4 p.m. at 830 West Lauridsen Boulevard in Port Angeles. The free fare applies to all Clallam Transit services, including Fixed Route, Dial-A-Ride, Interlink, and Clallam Connect. More information and an online application can be found at www.clallamtransit.com/veterans. Thank you for your service.
We're the talk of the peninsula. Newsradio KONP, Port Angeles Squim, FM 101.7 and 101.3, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The U.S. will send cluster munitions to Ukraine to use on the battlefield against Russian attacks. The enhanced explosive weapons shower down on targets, but some of the small grenade-like bombs don't detonate and become a danger to civilians. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan today says Russia is already using those cluster munitions in its attacks against Ukrainians.
Ukraine has been requesting cluster munitions in order to defend its own sovereign territory.
Cluster bombs are banned in more than 100 countries. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announcing today that the last declared stockpile of U.S. chemical weapons has been destroyed. The chemical weapons stored at a military installation in McConnell's home state of Kentucky. McConnell called it a milestone and closed to a chapter dating back to World War I. In Texas, sentencing day for the man who pled guilty to the racist mass shooting at an El Paso Walmart in 2019.
Patrick Crusius pleaded guilty to 90 federal charges that included hate crimes and firearms offenses, and for that he's been handed 90 consecutive life sentences. Federal prosecutors declined to seek the death penalty for the man who killed 23 people in the August 3, 2019 massacre. Not so for the El Paso County District Attorney. In fact, DA Bill Hicks has promised that he will work to convict Patrick Crusius of state charges and then send him to Texas death row. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
A possible break in a serial killer case in Mexico after police in Southern California make an arrest.
Police in Mexico and the U.S. have been looking for a man who Mexican authorities said had a similar killing profile to Ted Bundy. In this series of murders, an American was believed to have been responsible for the killings of multiple strip club workers in Tijuana, traveling over the border to kill the women and then would come home to the U.S. Now under arrest is 30-year-old Brian Rivera of Downey, a town outside of L.A.
ABC's Alex Stone. You're listening to ABC News.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
New York beach towns soon getting new drones after an uptick in shark sightings.
Shark attacks on New York beaches are increasing. George Gorman is with the New York State Office of Parks.
Last year for the entire summer season, there were 8 bites that were confirmed shark bites. This year, we've already had 5 bites.
Now the state of New York sending beach towns drones to spot sharks lurking off beaches. Jones Beach lifeguarding supervisor Carrie Epstein.
Having this vantage point, as we like to say, our eyes in the sky, gives us a completely different vantage point as lifeguards from what we're typically used to.
The drones providing early warning if sharks are spotted from the air near swimmers. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Warnings: a massive fire on board an Italian cargo ship docked in the port of Newark, New Jersey, is expected to burn for several days. At a press conference, the port director for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, Beth Rooney, said that fire could cause a backlog of ships and goods waiting to enter the port for the next several days while they work to manage the blaze.
In addition to what is going on scene at the fire itself, we're concerned, the Port Authority, about maintaining commerce in the rest of the port complex.
U.S. greenhouse gas emissions fell 5% in the first 5 months of this year. That, according to the emissions monitoring group Carbon Monitor. Experts say mild winters and more renewable energy contributed. This is ABC News.
Solving mysteries is hard. Streaming them isn't. We need to know what happened.
There's someone else pulling the strings here.
This month, get in touch with your inner detective and stream the best selection of British mysteries during Mystery Month on BritBox.
That is interesting.
Watch entire series of fan favourites, including the newest seasons of Luther, Silent Witness, Father Brown, Vera, and more.
My lips are sealed.
No one does mystery like the Brits. Start streaming now with a free trial at BritBox.com.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Mark Gustafson, funeral director for Harper Ridgeview and Squim Valley Funeral Chapels.
The very first thing and the most important thing that I discuss with the family is them and their family, to find out how they're doing and help them through the most difficult time of their life. And I help them all the way from the time that I bring their loved one into my care, all the way to taking care of documents, funeral services, everything. And even after the fact, I'm still there to help them when they need something.
Harper Ridgeview Funeral Chapel and Squim Valley Funeral Chapel, because your loved ones deserve the best.
For a fast, convenient solution to short-term financial situations, come to Easy Pawn or Easy Pawn East. We provide collateral loans on tools, gold, silver, jewelry, musical instruments, guns, electronics, and much more. Our business is confidential, so only you will know about your pawn. Whether you need $10,000 or $10,000, come see us in a friendly, comfortable atmosphere for a loan with simple, affordable payback and rewrite options. Our community's trusted pawnbroker since 1982. Easy Pawn at 113B West 1st Street or Easy Pawn East at 2416 Highway 101 in Port Angeles.
KONP News brought to you by RE/MAX Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. 457-6600. The runway at Fairchild Airport in Port Angeles getting an extreme makeover, but it won't slow down plane traffic in most cases. That's the word from airport manager John Picker, who says 5,000 feet of the 6,000-foot runway going to be repaved starting this week, but they're only doing it one half at a time. In addition, they'll be adding some new lighting to the runway, too. The new Performing Arts Hall in downtown Port Angeles held its first official public event last night. Hundreds of people attending the Brubeck Brothers Quartet. Another concert July 16th with pianist Katya Grineva. But the big grand opening begins later this month. A couple of days of free community concerts fill the $55 million facility July 22nd and 23rd. And the actual grand opening the 29th.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Daytime highs approaching 68 this afternoon under mainly sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows around 52. Daytime highs approaching 67 tomorrow. Sunny skies and calm. Dry with temperatures near average Sunday and Monday and highs in the upper 60s. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 60 degrees.
What a disgusting, dirty river.
It's industrial waste, that. You've ruined your watershed, Wonka. It's polluted.
It's chocolate.
That's chocolate. That's chocolate. A chocolate river.
That's the most fantastic thing I've ever seen.
10,000 gallons an hour. And look at my waterfall. That's the most important thing. It's mixing my chocolate. It's actually churning my chocolate. You know, no other factory in the world mixes its chocolate by waterfall. But it's the only way if you want it just right.
All right, everybody, gather around. The candy man is here. What kind of candy you want? Sweet chocolate, chocolate malted candy, gumdrops,
Welcome to the Candy Girl Shop here on News Radio KONP. It is the Girl Friday show, the chocolate edition. It is National Chocolate Day. It's World Chocolate Day. Is it world or national? I think it's world. Big chocolate day. And so we of the Girl Friday show have decided that it's going to be all chocolate all the time. and we brought in the sweetest treat that we could possibly think of. We brought in Rose Thompson from Fogtown Coffee.
Hello.
Hi, Rose.
Thanks
We're
for
so
having
glad you're
me.
here.
Yeah, it's a treat.
What a delightful treat. And of course, the effervescent and beautiful Stephanie Ray.
Hello. I'm not so sweet, but I'm here.
I didn't use that adjective.
You didn't?
No.
I drew attention to it myself.
No.
I can admit it.
I'm sorry. No one's gonna beat Rose.
No.
You know, good chocolate is all about that balance, though, right?
I guess, but I'm probably more sour than I am sweet.
No, this show is all about sweet and salty.
There
you
we
get
go.
a combo of that every single Friday. The Girl Friday show is brought to you each and every Friday by our friends over at Kokopelli Grill and Hook and Line, and also by our dear Rose at Fogtown, and she brought us treats today.
Oh.
I want to say that we brought her in here because Chocolate Day, and we thought of her, and we thought, no, but also she'll bring us chocolate drinks.
Right. Because we get to try all of the things, and she concocts some great stuff for us. And chocolate is probably one of the more common, requests in a coffee place. But I knew today what was coming. It was expected that it would be chocolate, so I was very excited.
I had pretzels for lunch because I knew that this is what I was going to have for my. Yeah, I'm just so excited. Thank you so much.
I heard her say, "I'm going to have some salt now, so I get ready for my sweet."
Get ready. Oh man! Well, welcome to the show. It's so nice to have you in here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
I know your schedule is bananas busy, and so for you to carve out time for us, it's just very special.
I'm always happy to be here.
Well, we have to plan it like 19 months in advance because you have so much going on. So thank you.
Oh my gosh.
For making it happen.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know, we always say that there's a busy season, and we know that you're getting into busy season because of all the festivals and all the things that you participate in. But at Fogtown, you guys are busy. Just it doesn't matter the season, right?
Yeah. I mean, over the last maybe 2 years, we've really seen just like a new steadiness. So we still get, a fluctuation that happens in July, August, but yeah, we're seeing, and I also think that tourism out here on the peninsula is like really expanding into that like shoulder season. And, so like as early as March, we've seen a lot of out of state license plates and, that's kind of seems newer. Like I grew up here and I don't remember that happening so much. So I think we're really a destination now.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and you do have the best coffee, so there's that.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very tasty. I'm drinking, you said a what?
It's our black cherry truffle.
Yes, it is.
So that one is actually just off of our like everyday signature menu. I think that it tastes exactly like a chocolate covered cherry that you would get at Christmas time, a cherry cordial.
It's better than that, frankly.
Wow, it's got coffee in it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That was the missing ingredient that they needed.
Yes, right. It is. It is. And Stephanie, you're drinking what?
Oh, this is a peanut butter.
Yep, and dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. Well, I guessed that even before you told me. Peanut butter, dark chocolate with almond milk.
Yep.
Yes. And
wow.
It's delightful. And it tastes just like basically a peanut butter cup with dark chocolate. I think they make those.
Yes, they do.
The Reese's cups with dark chocolate. Tastes just like it.
Yeah. Well, and there's those really fancy ones now, the Justin's brand.
Oh,
yes.
I know Justin's.
Like a really high quality dark chocolate and a really high quality peanut butter.
I've seen them. I've never had one. Now I have to try one.
Yeah.
Them's good.
They are good.
So as a treat for listening to our show today and sticking around, we have a couple of prizes that we're going to be giving away today in honor of Chocolate Day. We have 2 Seattle chocolate bars that we have for one of our winners. It's going to be Mexican hot chocolate, which is dark chocolate truffle bar with cinnamon, vanilla, and cayenne pepper.
They're very good. I've had them.
Mm-hmm. And the other one is the coconut sea salt dark chocolate truffle bar with coconut flakes. They're going two of them are going to one winner. And then the other prize that we're going to do at a different drawing is 2 tickets to see Katya Graniva live at the new Field Hall Events Center, which is so incredible. And that is for Sunday, July 16th. And these are fantastic seats, which, by the way, if you haven't been in there, there is no such thing as a bad seat in that theater. It was brilliantly designed. But we have 2 incredible tickets to give away today to that fantastic show. So stick around for that. We'll be giving those away. But before, Stephanie, should we get to events? Should we talk about what's going on?
We should.
Let me do the high quality production here.
And now, things to do and see, live from the studio at KONP.
I love this music.
Thank you.
Okay.
Friday vibe.
It is.
It is.
It is.
We've arrived.
It's an Amanda vibe for sure.
That's my job on this show is to run the board, play some music,
Keep the vibe.
keep the vibe going.
Bring the vibe. Well, let me start the vibe with something that is recurring basically every Saturday downtown, the Port Angeles Farmers Market. I just want to remind everybody from 10 to 2 down in the Gateway Transit Center. You've got all of the best vendors down there. I have a friend who's down there making mini pancakes. Oh. I think it's called Toot Sweet.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes, very good. But anyway, there's lots of great vendors down there. So 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Make sure you get down there. Something else that happens. See, I'm holding my ear thing because one of the ears is out.
Oh,
you
yeah.
heard that this morning?
I heard that, yeah.
I did too. The summer market is recurring every Wednesday down in the same place. So I want to remind people, it goes through August, 4 to 7 p.m. The Gateway Center, of course, to get down there and see great vendors as well. And then this weekend, tomorrow night at Seven Cedars, we've got Heart by Heart playing.
Oh my gosh.
They are my
they were
favorite show that comes. Usually they come a couple times a year. It's the Heart Tribute Band.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's got 2 of the original Heart Band members, Steve Fossen and Michael DeRossi from the original Heart Band. It's great. It's just great. Never, not a good time. So that is happening. Doors open at 8, shows at 9, 21 and over. And you can go on Brown Paper Tickets and look that up. So hopefully they're not sold out because sometimes they do sell out. But get there early because the seating is not assigned. So even if you have tickets, they do have some of the special tables that you can get, but you need to get in there. So that's happening again tomorrow. Something that started today, just a little bit ago, Clallam Bay CQ Fun Days. So that'll go through today through the 9th, which is Saturday. And it goes until 5. So if you were planning on heading out west for something else and didn't know, what a great place to stop into. My family grew up out in CQ, the camping trips every summer, and it's just a great place. And it sounds like we're going to have a decent weekend.
Yes.
So weather-wise.
There's going to be some wind.
Yeah, and it's on the water, so I'm sure it'll be a little windy
in the
down
evenings,
there.
as we're going to have some wind, gusts up to like 25 miles per hour. So just FYI.
Hold your hat, pin it down, stake your tent.
Wear pants under your dresses.
Yeah, you're the one with the problem with that.
Yes.
Or bring, what is
You
it?
don't want a
Binder
Marilyn
clips.
Monroe moment?
Binder clips.
I had to do that at a show one time.
Oh, no.
Binder clips on the bottom of my dress.
Fishing lures as weights, the little baby lures, hang them off your dress.
No, I'd hook myself.
Yeah.
And then I'd be called a
And go
hooker,
bad.
and then that would be bad.
That was quick.
Thank you.
Wow. Moving on. The second Saturday garden walk in Port Angeles is tomorrow. Despite weather fluctuations, strawberries glow, leafy greens are plentiful, blueberries plump up. Summer sunshine and moderating overall temperatures bring fruit and vegetables that need to be harvested, protected, picked, enjoyed. So you can get in with the master gardeners. And from 10 to 11:30 at the Port Angeles 5th Street Community Garden, take the second Saturday garden walk. That'll be great. The Range Shadow Artisans, a local nonprofit, is hosting a show tomorrow at the Dungeness River Nature Center from 10 to 3. The second of their Saturday events in the summer will feature painters, potters, soap makers, glass and mosaic and woodworkers, sea glass, all kinds of great stuff, jewelers and fiber artists even. And they will be offering their very best wares for sale. Perfect opportunity to visit the River Center, Railroad Bridge Park, and local artisans. Support them, people. They need that. It's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. Something else going on, the Sherwood Assisted Living is hosting Soaring Over Sherwood, a pop-up museum with Squim RC aeronauts.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a free event open to the public tomorrow from 2 to 4. They'll have model airplanes, helicopter, RC pilots. They'll be telling the tales of remote control flying, and they will be giving out free ice cream bars.
That's my favorite price.
The free thing.
Ice cream.
I know, right?
Can't go wrong.
Exactly. Great event for people of all ages. So they hope you'll invite your friends, bring the family. So go ahead and head out to Sherwood, the pop-up museum. Again, that is tomorrow from 2 till 4. There's lots going on tomorrow. Everything I'm flipping to tomorrow. Tomorrow from 9 in the morning until 10, Squim Cars and Coffee. That's happening at Adagio in Squim. They'll have a gathering of classics, vintage, and sports cars. All makes and models of special interest cars, and their enthusiasts will be there. So if you're a car freak.
It's a big field right there, and it's really fun to see everyone lined up.
Yeah. No, I love going by. It's like I want to stop and just walk through and stare at everything. I'm not a car person, so I would look weird, but I don't know. I don't have anything to show.
Yeah. My questions are always like, ooh, what color is that? Like, if I were to get my car painted, what color
What do
is
I
that?
ask for? Yeah.
I don't care what make and model it is.
Don't talk to me about the engine.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Where'd you get your pink fuzzy dice?
Oh my god. What is that thing hanging in the car? Yeah, that's the worst, worth the least in the whole car, Amanda. Okay, here's another thing tomorrow from 10 to 3, Rock Plaza. The Friends of the Squim Library are having the sale of interest this month. A large selection of cookbooks, books on Alaska, audiobooks, student textbooks and workbooks, and several collections by various authors. So if you want to head on out to the Rock Plaza location of Squim Friends of the Library, 10 to 3 tomorrow for some great books. Tomorrow and Sunday from 9 to 4, there's a weekend market at the Masonic Temple. That's the one right on Lincoln Street across from Rite Aid. They will have all kinds of great things there, and all proceeds benefit restoration of the Masonic Temple.
Wow.
Need some work, so they're going to take those monies and get it to a great cause. So 9 to 4, 2 days in a row. So you have lots of time to get over there because there's entirely too much to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
So go to this on Sunday. They will have future dates also. If you can't make it tomorrow, August 12th and 13th. And then the other kind of summerish date is September 16th and 17th.
Ooh.
Yes. Here's something else that's happening next week before our next Friday show. So I wanted to mention it. It's the 18th anniversary of the Lodge at Sherwood Village. I can't believe it's been there 18 years. I know. When I got this information from my friend Michelle, who's head of so many things out there, I just went, wow, you've been around that long.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I remember very well when it was opening.
When it opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a squimmy, so squimite, whatever you are.
Squimite.
Squimmer. Yeah. Squimmer.
Yeah. Nice to be really close to the family, too. So there's that.
So next week on Thursday, they're having an open house from 2 to 4. They want you to stop by, and you can listen to Al Harris on the piano.
He is so fantastic.
I've heard that.
He was actually the producer of my albums that I have, the 2 different ones that I have. He was the producer on it and the pianist on it. He's fabulous and just like one of the world's greatest guys. So go see him.
You should go there and sing right behind him.
Is that tomorrow?
No, it's next Thursday.
Oh, well, yeah, I might actually have a day off.
Pop in there.
That's not going to happen.
Well, you can enjoy Al on the piano, and they have a special drawing. It's a surprise. Ooh. They're not saying what it is, but I'm sure it's great. They'll have lavender lemonade, sweet treats, gourmet desserts, and get this, an artist display from the Blue Hole Gallery.
Very cool.
Which is going to be beautiful, I'm sure. So those are the things we have going on this weekend. And, of course, I have to mention every single week, the Olympic Skate Village, downtown Port Angeles. Not just Saturday, all week long, 7 days a week. So this is only going on through August 14th. So please get down there. The only way they're going to bring this back next year is if they have a successful first year.
Yeah.
So it's super important that you guys get down there. They have 3 sessions a day, noon to 3, 3:30 to 6:30, and 7 to 10. So they're open every day from noon until 10. They just clear the rink for a little bit between sessions. And your admission is valid for 1 session, $10 a session, $8 if you bring your own old school skates.
Sweet.
Well, you don't have to bring old school ones, but I imagine the people that are coming with their own are old school.
Some classics. I think they're also looking for some volunteers for that.
They are looking for volunteers. And basically, you can go on their website, portangeles.org, and you'll find the information about the Skate Village and click to sign up, and you get a free session for your 3-hour volunteer session that you do. So you get a free ticket to go in and skate or give it as a gift. And you can also call them with any questions, 360-797-9345. And if you haven't seen it yet, go on to skatecam.org. It's pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
You can see what's going on live down there anytime.
Look at that. Way to go, Feth.
What?
Is that all?
Yeah, right.
That all?
So much.
I know, you guys, I only have one show this weekend. Like, I have so much time off this weekend. It's ridiculous.
What are you going to do with yourself?
I know.
What did you need to tell me?
No, it's a private
okay.
party.
Thank gosh.
No.
Sometimes they're just not in my pile, and
I know.
it's for you to mention.
It's a little private shindig.
Oh, okay.
She plays those.
NBG. I'm also having family over for dinner tonight. That's what I'm doing with my free time.
Oh, but that's not relaxing.
No, well, no, it is. But I have to brag because my nephew was one of the graduates this year of Squim High School, and I didn't get to go to graduation because, of course, I had a show that day. And so he's coming over, and he said he would come hang out with his Aunt Mandy before I even told him I was going to cook. He said, I'll just come over and hang out. And I said, well, I was going to cook you a steak. And he goes, I would like that, please. Yes, thank you.
Then did he order rare, medium rare?
No,
Okay.
his mom perked up and said, wait, you're going over to Mandy's house for steak? So I'm having my cousin and my nephew over.
Many other people.
It's going to be a fun night. I'm
that's
excited.
sweet.
I kind of like them. Don't tell them. But
Don't tell me you like them.
I kind of love my cousin and my nephew.
Yeah, we'll keep it on the down low.
Thank you. Don't tell. All right. You know what? We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to learn more things from Rose. So we're going to talk about coffee and chocolate. And we're going to give things away. And it's going to be a fun show here on the Girl Friday Show.
Hey everyone, it's Leslie Robertson from the Chamber of Commerce, and who wants to go roller skating? That's right, the Olympic Skate Village is open now until August 14th. We're open daily from noon to 10 p.m. with 3 skate sessions a day. For special events, themed skate nights, local celebrity DJ appearances, and a whole lot of other fun, visit our website, olympicskatevillage.com. You can also visit the website to sign up to volunteer at the rink. And for every shift you work, you get a free skate ticket. Remember, we cannot do this amazing community event without you. So once again, for special events, to volunteer, and all the other information, visit olympicskatevillage.com. And don't forget to sign your waiver in advance online as well. Olympic Skate Village, open now until August 14th.
Clallam PUD will hold a special meeting for an in-depth review of the water and wastewater cost of service study, including strategies for recouping cost of service and the associated rate impacts. PUD water and wastewater customers will have an opportunity to comment following the presentation. The meeting will be held on Monday, July 10th at 9 a.m. at the PUD main office in Carlsberg and via Zoom. Find login information on the PUD's website at www.clallampud.net.
Your community-minded friends at First Fed bring you the Community Corner, highlighting good things happening right here in our area.
As the summer continues to ramp up the heat, so do the activities around the area. This weekend, the PA Masonic Temple has its annual weekend market. It runs 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. New vendors for the weekend market are welcome, and all proceeds from the market go to benefit restoration of the Masonic Temple on Lincoln Street. It's one of our historic gems in the community, so get out and visit this weekend at the market at the Masonic Temple, Saturday and Sunday. Also, OTA presents Lavender Melodrama, opening July 9th, running through July 23rd. Get tickets for this hilarious over-the-top melodrama now at olympictheaterarts.org.
Community Corner, presented by First Fed.
I love my job.
Who is this?
Kylie Minogue.
Oh my gosh. She's still alive?
Actually, she has a brand new single out that's like smashing the charts.
Yeah, she's having like her comeback, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hey, don't call it a comeback. She never went. Oh, sorry.
She's been here for years.
She's been here for... She the OG.
What was that song when I was in like middle school?
Don't call it a comeback?
No.
Oh.
From her.
No, I don't know.
You were too young.
I was in private school listening to Charity Church Mouse.
Oh my gosh, the Charity Church Mouse.
That is Kylie Minogue's Chocolate. I just love the groove of this song.
I love how she still sounds 12.
Well, I think this was released when she might have been 12. Oh, man. Oh, do you want to give some stuff away? Do you think we should give some stuff away?
Let's give some stuff away.
All right. So, Miss Stephanie, let me get you some music to give some stuff away to.
Ooh.
All right.
Get ready to call in. Get by your phone.
Oh yeah. By the band Hot Chocolate.
There we go.
Gosh, I like doing this. Let me get my buttons ready.
Miracles. Okay, so this, you already said what we were giving away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to remind people in case they're just tuning in. I'm going to ask a trivia question. It is about chocolate. And this giveaway is for some, they're not your 50-cent chocolate bars here. Let me just tell you.
Not.
They are the large.
As someone who just paid for them, they are not 50 cents.
They're not. They're the large gold brick type size chocolate bars by Seattle Chocolate. One is a Mexican hot chocolate, which is got cinnamon, vanilla, and cayenne pepper in it. It's a dark chocolate truffle. Si, senora. And then we have a coconut sea salt dark chocolate bar with coconut flakes. Anything with coconut in it is amazing. So these two chocolate bars are yours if you can answer the following chocolate themed question.
And before we do that, we're just going to remind anyone who has won in the last 60 days. If you or anyone in your house has won in the last 60 days, you are ineligible to call. So please don't, because I don't want to deal with it.
And this means for this show or any show that KONP has, please do not call.
Yeah, we love you, but please don't call.
We get complaints. So here we go. This is the question. Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? 457-1450. Call us up right now.
Does she need to know that we're going to answer the phone?
We're answering?
We're answering.
Okay.
Well, of course we're answering because they have to guess.
We got it. Well, sometimes she answers and transfers it. Come on. Okay, 457-1450.
Hello.
Hello. Bavaria.
Oh, no, it's not right. Stephanie, you can't shake your head. This is radio. You have to speak.
No, well, you were looking at me. I was going to let you say.
Girl
Okay.
Friday show.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it Belgium?
No.
Girl Friday show.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
It is Germany.
Oh, you know what? That was my guess, but no, it's not Germany. Girl Friday show.
The United States.
Oh,
no, not it. I thought this would be easier.
This is tricky.
So say it again.
Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita?
Girl Friday show.
How about Switzerland?
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Yay.
Awesome.
Yay. Who's calling? Who is this?
Brenda Hardwick.
Brenda Hardwick. We're so glad that you got the right answer. I really thought it would be easier, so good job.
Well, I thought they made the most chocolate. I didn't know if they ate it.
There is another country that makes the best chocolate. We've got Belgium and all kinds of other things on there. But yes, Switzerland. And Brenda, you are the winner of 2 fabulous chocolate bars, and you can pick those up today or anytime next week.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You
Bye-bye.
too, honey. Bye.
Thanks.
Yes,
Bye.
and those chocolate bars will go delicious with any drink from Fogtown.
Yes.
It's a true story.
You could even drop a piece in and melt it into a hot drink. Ooh, can you imagine the
Now we're
Mexican
cooking.
one melted into something?
Just put it in the bottom of a cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so great.
That's all you need.
Are we just creating drinks for you on the air here?
You know,
You're
but
like, yeah, okay.
Don't pull up and hand Rose a piece of your chocolate bar, please.
Little melted.
Don't do that.
There might be some lint on this one.
Came out of my pocket.
It's in the cup holder. So, Rose, what prompted you to want to do a coffee stand? Because I was a barista for years and years and years, and I love making coffee.
Yeah.
Love making coffee. But what is it about the process and about the business that inspired you to open this incredible store?
Yeah, I mean, so we did take over an existing business. So we didn't, create this from the ground up. But, I think really I had been a barista for a long time. It was my first job in high school. And then I'd, done it in other places. And my husband and I both are kind of hospitality people, and we joke that he's probably cooked in every restaurant in Port Angeles or like real close to it. So, when that opportunity came to us, it just felt like a good starting point for us where, I had barista experience. I've managed cafes for people. We knew that we probably weren't going to make it out of this lifetime without owning something just because we are both so ingrained in it. So it just felt like the right fit for us, and so we took over the business in the fall of 2017. So I guess we're coming up on year 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that long.
No, it's kind of like raising kids, I think. Like the days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great saying. That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like it flies by, but then sometimes when you're in the moment of it, you're like, oh, another thing is leaking?
Oh, my gosh.
Are you kidding?
And, there are a lot of things
there are
at
a lot
a
of
coffee
things
stand that can leak. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And most of them you don't want.
No.
Do you have anybody that's been with you from the start?
We do, yeah. We have 2 employees that we inherited with the shop. And one of them actually just had her last day like a couple weeks ago. She moved out to a farm and she has 2 little girls and they're just going to have farm wife life, and she's very excited.
But that was hard to let her go.
It was. Yeah.
Very cool.
We try to really keep good relationships, and they know that when I'm in a pinch, I'm going to call them.
You seriously have the happiest employees. I have never been there. I can't say one other place in town that I've been that I haven't dealt with a grumpy barista. I have never dealt with that at your place. I'm not just saying that because you're here in front of me or because you're a co-sponsor of the show. I swear to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I swear to you. They're all wonderful.
Yeah, I think that was kind of one of our, right. We're not a unique business in this town, right? I've heard there's a couple of drive-through coffee stands. I think there's like 17 or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Hey, this area loves church. They love coffee, and they love money. Those are the top. Those are the things.
So you have to figure out how you're gonna stand apart,
different.
Right? And most of it, there are also not that many options out here as far as product line that you can get a hold of, and so there's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of crossover. So how do you differentiate yourself? Service, right? And so that was always important to us, and just to kind of treat people more than just a drink order, So we get to go along with people for a lot of cool things. We hear about job promotions and engagements and weddings.
Well, and they pull up pregnant, and then the next week they have a baby in the back seat or a wedding ring on.
Yep. Yeah. I got a really cute picture one day. I wasn't at the shop. I think it was a weekend, but it was like a Mr. and Mrs. coffee cup. So the girls had decorated them, and they had gotten married that morning. I think it was kind of elopement style, and then they had come for coffee afterwards.
Oh, that's darling.
It was so cute.
That's precious.
It was really
and
sweet.
Of course, your people treated them very well and made them feel special.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you can do, right? It's
that's what you do to differentiate.
You get a couple of minutes and give it your best shot. You know?
Oh,
I love it. Yeah. And plus your guys' food, your breakfast, your croissant sandwich. I mean, your hot breakfast. I mean, come on.
I was just joking with their girls. So I was like, I don't know if we're so much baristas with an A as baristas with a B-U-R-R because we are making so many burritos every day.
That is so funny.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I can't believe how many people stop by for breakfast. I mean, it's amazing, and it's such a great opportunity. And
So that leads me to this, because this is my own personal question. You have your trailer that goes to lots and lots of places.
Lots of events.
Tell me where, you can tell me where the trailer is going for the rest of the summer, but first tell me where the next place you're going to have the panini is at.
Oh, yeah, those paninis were pretty good. So our next event is the end of the month. We'll be up at the Extreme Sports Park for the sprint boat races, which are expanded to 2 days this year. So we'll be up there Saturday and Sunday. And
July 29th.
Yep. And I actually haven't decided yet what our menu is going to be up there. Okay. I'll personally text you if we have the paninis there.
I live close.
You can just pop over.
Yep.
After that, I think we're off for a couple of weeks, and then we go to the county fair.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah. You're right next to us.
Yep, we'll be right next to you
again.
Jesus.
Yeah, I wrote it in my application. I have to be next to KONP.
Don't move me. Yeah, don't move me.
But actually, so last year was our first year at the fair, and we didn't really do any food because we were a little unsure of like how busy it was going to be.
Yeah.
So we may actually end up just doing the same thing. We might be drinks only out of the trailer for that weekend.
It's okay. It's usually hot.
It's hot, and oh my gosh, I have never hauled that much ice in my entire life.
Every time I looked
at
up,
the gate was laughing at me. She was like, it was like the 11th time I had come through with like, she was like, really? And I was like, I don't know. I bought every gas station out.
I was always looking over my shoulder, and I would see the backside of Rose bending over, dumping ice. Very frequently, like every
Sorry about
hour.
that.
No,
we actually had it made into a poster. So it was just,
great.
Yeah, it's just, it makes us feel good.
That is very cool.
Fogtown Cappy. Welcome.
Here we are. Here she is.
There she is.
Oh, man, I love it. Well, we are going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get Chef Michael on the phone so we can talk to our main sponsor of the Girl Friday show. He's been sponsoring the show since its inception, before it was the Girl Friday show, and there was testosterone involved. And so we're very grateful to have his continued support over these years. So stick around. We'll be back with more of the Girl Friday show right after this.
Stick out your tongue and say, it's the craziest thing you ever saw. Here at Olympic Game Farm, they say howdy with a wave of a paw. Now it's hard to steer clear of the elk and the deer when they pop in to say hello. They've got lions and tigers and bears. Don't forget about the buffalo. It's impossible to stay calm. So come out with your dad and your mom. Canine and feline, you'll find us online at onlygamefarm.com.
When shopping for building supplies, lumber, home goods, or hardware items, are you traveling to one of those big box stores? When you wander those big box store aisles, how's that customer service? Absent? Possibly lacking in knowledge?
I don't know.
At Angeles Millwork and Hartnaggles, we have 2 convenient Port Angeles locations, and each one is far from the big box store experience.
Yay!
Since our stores are employee-owned, each one of us has a vested interest in how we serve and treat our customers. You won't find us hiding in the back aisle or turning the other way when you make eye contact for help.
They can't see me if I can't see them.
We're excited to share our day with you while making sure we set the bar high for what true customer service is all about. So if you're looking for a hometown building supply store that treats their customers like next-door neighbors, has deep knowledge on building products while continually supporting the local community, then avoid those trips out of town and come see us today. Angeles Millwork and Hartnagel Building Supply. Building homes, building community since 1906.
Building a future, sharing a dream. Working together, we're on the same team.
At Straight View Credit Union, we know that buying a home is a big decision, and that's why we're committed to offering local decisions made by local decision makers. Our mortgage team is comprised of experienced professionals who are intimately familiar with the Clallam County housing market, ensuring that you get the personalized attention and expertise you deserve. We're here to help you navigate the home buying process and make the best decisions for your unique financial situation. Plus, as a member-owned cooperative, we prioritize the needs of our members and our local community over profits. That's why we're proud to offer great mortgage rates that help support our members' dreams of homeownership. Straight View Credit Union, your trusted local financial partner. Visit us online at svcu.com or stop by our branch on Lincoln Street in PA. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
For the
Washington State News Network, I'm Michael McDonald. New restrictions are going into effect in eastern Washington to reduce the risk of wildfires. Beginning today, visitors to any eastern Washington lands managed by the Washington Department of Wildlife will not be allowed to make a campfire even in a provided fire ring. Personal camp stoves and lanterns fueled with propane or liquid fuel are allowed. Outside smoking is also banned. In a related story, Benton County has announced that they are going to an extreme fire watch until further notice. That means no residential burning is permitted, and only emergency agricultural operations can be allowed. Extreme danger means fires start very easily and spread very rapidly. Every fire start has the potential to become large. Washington State ferry system facing delays and canceled runs because of staffing and mechanical issues. During a news conference at Port Orchard, Governor Jay Inslee blamed funding issues on the initiative sponsored by Tim Eyman.
Look, we don't have enough boats. When Tim Eyman passed his initiative, it cut the ankles out from the financing of the Washington State ferries.
Inslee says they've instituted a new training system for crew members, and they're taking steps to improve staffing levels. And ahead of this weekend's Dead and Company concert at the Gorge Amphitheater, security is on heightened alert. This after the deadly shooting of 2 people at the campground that occurred last month. For details on these stories and others, download the WSNN mobile app or visit WashingtonStateNews.net.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I taught for 20 years, until I started forgetting my lectures.
Eventually, he had to quit. Getting his early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard, but it gave us time to take control of the situation, together.
I can't imagine going through this without him.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Daytime highs approaching 68 this afternoon under mainly sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows around 52. Daytime highs approaching 67 tomorrow. Sunny skies and calm. Dry with temperatures near average Sunday and Monday and highs in the upper 60s. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 60 degrees.
A chocolate Sunday on a Saturday night. What a way to make an evening end right. The movie was fine, the dancing divine. Let's head for the drugstore at Maple and Vine. Couple swaying to a nickel machine. There's a corner where
Doris Day.
never be seen.
Yes.
It's love.
Are you sure? Yes, that's my final answer. Okay, good. Doris Day. A chocolate Sunday
on a Saturday night.
That's real cute. That's great. You know, you might be able to get a chocolate sundae on a Saturday night if you're real lucky. If you go see our friend Michael over at Cocopelli. Chef Michael, are you there?
I'm here, girls.
Yay! Yay!
How are you?
No ice cream.
You can put. You got chocolate. You can put on something.
It could be a mashed potato sundae.
Anything. Yeah, there you go.
Mashed potato sundae. I'm down with that. Carbs and chocolate. Sign me up.
We make ganache though. We put it on top of our decadent chocolate pecan torte. That's completely flourless, and it's like a brownie on steroid cake.
You shut your face. How come you don't have that here with us right now?
Oh, he can bring it. He's coming soon.
Yeah.
You need to bring that and the mac and cheese and what, French fries?
French fries.
Yes, that's what we want. The ganache too. I'm just throwing that out there.
We want some ganache.
You got to listen to demands, Michael.
Michael, we have Rose in studio with us today too. Rose from Fogtown.
Rose!
Hi.
I didn't even have to say where you were from. You knew.
Can I come on your day too?
So that's like the trifecta, right?
It
is. You're hitting it out of the park, triple.
It's very estrogen-laden chocolate day here at KONP, and we're loving it.
Sure.
Michael.
3 of my favorite girls. That's cool.
Michael, tell us about Kokopelli. What's going on this weekend? Do you have any room for reservations? I mean, what's up?
We're completely booked until 8 o'clock tonight, 8:15 maybe by now.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
It's pretty freaking crazy. It's without reservation. It's you know, you might get lucky and wait 20 minutes, or it might be an hour and a half. So we're doing the best we can. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, there are just a few people in this town, especially this time of year with this weather being so divine.
Yeah.
How are things over at Hook and Line?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just packed.
Yeah.
It's a line out the door in both restaurants by 5:30, 6 o'clock every night.
Wow. What would you say is the big seller right now? What's the thing that just keeps flying out at Hook and Line?
Oh, just my tacos. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And not just on Taco Tuesday when they're $4, but I mean we sell so many fish tacos. It's just insanity.
It's because your fish tacos, and I am not joking, your fish tacos are the best.
They're like no other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going through about 15, 20 gallons of chowder a day over there. We're making chowder every day. Gumbo sells great, but not like the chowders. We only make gumbo every 2 or 3 days. But
Your chowder's so good.
chowder.
So you're saying you're going through the chowder.
Going through a lot of chowder.
Well, I love that
great.
people are spending their cheddar on your chowder. Oh,
they're cheddar on my chowder. I love that.
Thank you. I might have been in marketing at one point in time. How can people make reservations to come see you this weekend if they're able to get in?
Well, the best way is to try online, kokopelli-grill.com, hit the reservation button. Use the scroll on your mouse because it's not very intuitive. It'll just show like a 2-hour block, and you got to use your little scroll button on the mouse, or if you have a touch screen, you can use your finger, because people always complain it only shows from a 2-hour block. No, you just got to scroll.
Gotta scroll.
Yeah, but it's pretty booked up tonight. It's probably 70% booked up tomorrow. So plan ahead and take your chances if you want to just come in. You can always call the restaurant. We don't always answer anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
You're too busy.
I mean, I would literally have to have somebody that I hired just to answer the phone now.
Wow.
And the instructions when you call tell you to go online. And
Follow
they
the instructions.
Call, and you know, if you're a table of more than 6 people, it's almost impossible to get in after 5 o'clock. Period. Now.
Sure.
Wow.
So the folks that are out there, I love you all. That are, you know, you got your family reunions, and you got 8, 10, 12, 14 people. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Give you a month's notice, right?
Many weeks.
Yeah.
Notice.
We'll put you in the banquet room, and you know, if it's 14, 15, 18 people, we can plan for it, and it takes at least a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Michael, we sure adore you. We cannot wait to have you in studio with us. And it's, you know, I'm just loving everything that's going on down there at your end of town.
Yeah, it's not just us. You know, everybody's busy downtown, and you know, everybody's grateful, and we need more restaurants, though.
So you can get a tiny break? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we do a really good job at what we do, but there just needs to be at least another Kokopelli type style, whatever, fine dining, fresh fish restaurant downtown.
Yeah. What if you did Kokopelli Part 2 and it was like French fish?
No, my wife would literally divorce my ass. Excuse my French.
Oh, Candy.
Oh, that was
Yep.
brilliant. Okay, so different idea.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, we'll just plug through the summer, and but it's been a really good one so far, and
wow.
And I'm grateful for y'all, and that you promote us. And Rose, you guys just rock. You and your hubby,
Oh, thanks,
Jason.
Michael.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you so much, and we can't wait to speak with you again next week. All right, sir?
All right.
Take care of yourself.
You gonna be there next week, Rose?
No, they only let me come in every once in a while.
The FCC regulates that.
Yeah.
You gotta get Jason in there too.
That might be a hot
I was
night
going to say the
situation.
FCC will really regulate that.
So let's get me and Jason in there together with the girls.
Oh my gosh.
You might just forget to turn your mics on, you know what I
You
mean?
might have to do that. All right. Well, thank you, Michael. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
Have a beautiful weekend, girls.
You
Thank
too.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye. hon. All right. Well, we've got to try and get some of these commercials because we're woefully behind. So we'll see what we can do, but we should be able to come back for one quick goodbye. We might have to do that just at the end of the show. So
okay.
Stick around for a little bit more of the Girl Friday Show.
I was scared the night you overdosed, but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me, and I knew how to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
Naloxone can reverse an opioid or fentanyl overdose. Carry it with you. For more info, go to preventoverdoseva.org. A message from the Washington State Department of Health.
Here at Coastal, we really appreciate our loyal Coastal Country Club members, so we have a special sale for you.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
We have a special bucket sale for members only this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All Coastal Country Club members can buy a Coastal 5-gallon bucket for $1 off. You'll get 15% off anything that fits in the bucket, plus 10% off all firearms. Not a member yet? Sign up the same day and you'll be eligible for the bucket sale too. You can also buy 3 bags of Country Companion feed at Coastal and get 1 bag for free. See the store for complete details and excluded items. You must be a loyalty member to receive the discount during the bucket sale.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, we're just what the country needs.
Serving Clallam County from Bell Creek Plaza in Sequim.
The Olympic Christian School Dan Hendrickson Memorial Golf Tournament is happening July 15th. Registration at 7 a.m. and shotgun start at 9 at Cedars at Dungeness Golf Course. Register at the Pro Shop or online at olympicchristianschool.org. The $100 entry fee includes green fees, 18 holes, cart, range balls, and lunch. All proceeds benefit one of Dan's passions, the students of Olympic Christian School. The Dan Hendrickson Memorial Golf Tournament, July 15th. Go to olympicchristianschool.org today.
I need a Mars bar, hey Riggs bar, to help me through the day. I need a Mars bar, potato bar, it helps me, makes me work as to play. It helps me, makes me work as to play. I never eat my dinner, I push away the plates. You can see I'm getting thinner.
Mars Bars by The Undertones. Well, welcome back to the Girl Friday Show. We've just got a couple of minutes here to say goodbye to everyone. Rose, how can people come down and visit you this weekend?
So we are at 1105 East Front Street, corner of Front and Chambers. We're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Sundays, 7 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Hey, get on down and see Rose and get one of her fabulous drinks.
Do you have an event this weekend?
I don't.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing with your bad self?
I don't know.
She doesn't even know.
I'm
so rare to have free
sleeping,
time.
I think. I don't know.
Wandering around the kitchen aimlessly. I don't know what to do.
Where do I go?
I don't know what to do. Oh man, Stephanie, what are your big plans for the weekend?
I don't know. I have none. My daughter and I will find something to do. Oh, we're going to help my mom get ready for her garage sale.
Oh, a garage
yes,
sale?
next weekend. Yes. Yep. That's our plan.
All right, well, we do have one more giveaway for you, and what we're going to do is we're going to have you call in the 5th. You don't even have to know any trivia.
Nope.
you just get to be a winner.
Just
so
easy
the
peasy?
fifth caller to call, and again, if you've won or anyone in your household in the last 60
Any
days,
show.
you are out. The fifth caller is going to win these 2 tickets to see Katya Graniva at the Field Arts and Events Hall on Sunday, July 16th. And again, only call if you can use them too. So Debbie is standing by to take those phone calls while the thing's lighting up like crazy.
457-1450.
I think that we're going to have those. So Rose,
yes,
what a pleasure to have you here today.
Yes, thank you.
for our
That was fun.
coffee. Again, this was what one? It's the cherry what?
Black cherry truffle.
Mine was chocolate, dark chocolate, and peanut butter and almond milk.
Yep.
Well, each of us has our own little candy bar that I got us for the after show,
Very
after
thoughtful.
party. So we're going to be partaking in that. And as we get ready to say goodbye, here's a little Groove City by Chocolate Milk. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.
We know a place just right outside of Groove City. We wanna take you there. We wanna take you there. People jam all night long. My, don't they look pretty outside of Groove City? And you got no time to be so litty.
The North Peninsula's news. The North Peninsula's talk. News Radio KONP, Port Angeles, Squim. A Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Lindsay Davis, anchor of Prime, streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. The White House today announcing it will send cluster munitions to Ukraine. The controversial weapon showered targets with dozens of small bombs. Several countries have banned them because unexploded bombs can endanger civilians years after fighting ends. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says Ukraine wants cluster munitions.
Ukraine would not be using these munitions in some foreign land. This is their country they're defending. These are their citizens they're protecting. And they are motivated to use any weapon system they have in a way that minimizes risks to those citizens.
Fire officials say the deadly fire on board a cargo ship docked in the port of Newark, New Jersey may continue to burn for days, closing the terminal where the ship is docked and delaying other vessels and cargo from entering port. 2 Newark firefighters were killed fighting the blaze and 5 others were injured. Speaking at the White House this afternoon, President Biden announced a crackdown on short-term insurance plans he says charge consumers with hidden fees.
Americans thought they were buying temporary insurance that would provide real coverage in those plans. Instead, many have been saddled with thousands of dollars in medical bills these junk fees don't cover. And I think it's outrageous.
The gunman who killed 23 people in the hate crime mass shooting at an El Paso, Texas Walmart in 2019 was sentenced to 90 consecutive life sentences. Patrick Crusius carried out the attack targeting Hispanics. ABC's Jim Ryan reports.
During victim impact statements this week, several family members of those Patrick Crusius killed noted that the goal of stopping a, quote, Hispanic invasion as laid out in his online manifesto had failed. The El Paso courtroom was filled with Hispanics, and Judge David Guadarrama handed Crusius his sentence.
Crusius still faces a state trial. You're listening to ABC News.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
I'm Lindsay Davis. For the latest on today's headlines, be sure to watch Prime tonight, starting at 7 Eastern on ABC News Live. Now with more news, here's Michelle Franzen.
Heat records around the globe are being shattered daily this week.
On Thursday, for the fourth day in a row, the Earth reached its hottest day ever recorded by human-made instruments. The global average temperature reaching 63.01 degrees Fahrenheit. That according to the U.S. National Centers for Environmental Prediction. The heat blanketing much of the Earth, driven, say researchers, by El Nino, in combination with the greenhouse gas emissions responsible for global warming. Experts say these conditions could prompt even hotter temperatures over the next 6 weeks. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Criminal gangs creating havoc in Haiti, and now even the country's healthcare system is under siege.
Overnight, nearly 24 armed men stormed a Doctors Without Borders hospital in the Tabar section of Port-au-Prince, threatening to kill the entire staff and removing a gunshot victim while he was in surgery being operated on. It's not clear who the victim was or why the gunman wanted him, but now Doctors Without Borders has suspended all trauma and burn care at its largest hospital in the country. A huge blow, given Haiti's healthcare system is already on the brink of collapse. Just a few weeks ago, ABC News visited that same hospital. The head nurse said gunshot victims are more common these days than car accident patients. Matt Rivers, ABC News, Mexico City.
This is ABC News.
Right now, I'm driving to work, but that's not where I'm going. I'm going to more important things. I'm going to visit Papa. I'm going to go out with friends and to an anniversary dinner. And I look out at the big trucks and buses and people walking and think, we're all going somewhere. And we need to work together to share the road and get there safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Paid for by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
KONP News brought to you by McCrory Carpet One. Always priced right, always done right. McCrory Carpet One. Former Port Angela City Council member and deputy mayor and a civic leader, Orville Campbell, has died. Campbell passed away Sunday, the age of 97, from complications of COVID-19. A burial service planned for Ocean View Cemetery this Tuesday at 11 a.m., and then a memorial service at the Vern Burton Community Center at noon. Dr. Raul Garcia is withdrawing from the Washington state governor's race. He says he intends to run for U.S. Senate next year. Garcia announced he was running for governor in May and is now endorsing former Congressman Dave Reichert for governor. Garcia says he decided to pull out when Reichert filed over this past weekend for governor.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Daytime highs approaching 68 this afternoon under mainly sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows around 52. Daytime highs approaching 67 tomorrow. Sunny skies and calm. Dry with temperatures near average Sunday and Monday, and highs in the upper 60s. I'm weatherology meteorologist Paul Tremblay. Currently, it's 63 degrees.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Pod's Moving and Storage Studio, it's The Ramsey Show, where we hang out to have a conversation about your life, about your money. I'm your host today. I'm Jade Warshaw, and I'm joined by Rachel Cruz. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, give us a call today. The number is 888-825-5225. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. We'll talk about what's going on in your money, your budget. Maybe you're looking for a new career. Maybe you're wondering if you can be a stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're wondering about this whole student loan debacle. Whatever it is, give us a call. We would love to hear from you. So let's go to Tanner in Bentonville, Arkansas. What's going on, Tanner?
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. So I'm just calling about trying to figure out how my wife and I should allocate our budget. Currently, we're investing about $1,000 a month into sinking funds. We bring home around $8,000 a month net, and just trying to figure out how if we want to pay off our house quickly, how we should go about doing that, and if we're allocating too much money into our sinking funds.
What are the sinking funds for, Tanner?
Mostly like travel, Christmas presents, kids' expenses, some medical emergency and like annual membership renewals.
Okay. And how much are you guys putting towards the house right now?
We're just paying just the mortgage payment, so it's around $2,300 a month.
Okay. So nothing on top of that. Nothing on top
Correct.
of just the mortgage. Okay.
Yep.
And you have no other debt, correct? This is...
Yes, correct.
Okay. And putting 15% to retirement.
Right now we're around 12%, but we're going to bump that up here soon.
Okay. So I would definitely bump that up to 15% before I started making additional mortgage payments.
Yeah. So, I mean, we always say that you're intense through baby steps 1 through 3, and then more intentional baby steps 4 through 7. So even having sinking funds and all of that, Tanner, I mean, that's part of, the enjoyment of your life once you've paid off debt and you have your emergency fund. I just want to make sure that something extra is going to the mortgage, because I think that will kind of settle you, just knowing, hey, we are putting something towards this, so we're not going to have it for 15 years, right? You don't want to stay in that habit for too long. Now, if it's just for a season and you guys are like, for the next 6 months, this is how we're going to be, but I get a raise in 6 months, we're going to allocate that. Like, right, if there's something that's going to be changing, then I'm comfortable with you guys as you are for just a few months or so for a season. But I wouldn't make this a habit for years and years and years and years, because we want that house paid off too.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. Yeah, what she's saying is that you want to enjoy the money, but at the same time, if you're not making a concerted effort or an intentional effort to put extra money on the house, however much that is, like for some people it's making a double payment, for some people it's, just a small percentage more, depending on what your finances are. But I love that you're even thinking about this. Have you got money? Do you guys have kids? Do you have money set away for college as well?
Yeah, we have 2 529s open currently. We just opened those, so we started investing that as well.
Very cool. So, I mean, you guys are doing everything right. I think it's just figuring out. I'm the type of person. Yeah, I'm the type of person. I like things to feel automated. Like it's this much every month.
Yes.
And it's clockwork.
I was going to say, even Tanner, and again, you don't have to do this today because none of this is urgent. Yeah. Here in the next day, we get some callers that were like, no, you need to sell the car today. Like there are things you have to make today. But what I would say is maybe you guys try, maybe in 2 months, I'm just throwing something out there, to be like, hey, what if we put an extra just like 200? 200, 300, and that sinking fund goes down a little bit, and then we kind of have to reallocate, live on that for a little bit and see how that feels. And again, if it's crazy stressful and you're like, shoot, we have a beach trip, we really need, you can kind of fluctuate it, but just start to try these things, because so much of this money management, I have found, Jade, is it's habits. And like you said, when things are automated and they just become a part of your life, you almost learn to live with it. So if you guys took that sinking fund to 800, put 200 extra a month towards the mortgage, go to RamseySolutions.com and do the mortgage calculator too. And even that math could be motivating. We're like, oh wow, maybe we can actually decrease it to 700 and throw 300 at it, because we'll get it out, we'll pay it off this much more. And that's to say, Tanner, this is a 7-year goal. Most people pay off their home in 7 years. So in 7 years from now, you're going to be making more money. Yes. Who knows what life things are going to happen. So I do see progress happening, but I want you guys to try to live a certain way for a bit, just to see maybe a little uncomfortable, but also, gosh, we're at least making progress towards the house.
That's right. How does that hit you, Tanner? And by the way, I didn't even ask you, how much do you have left to go on the house?
We just bought it about a year ago, so we're at around 320-ish right now.
And what's your income? What's your full
household income is around 140.
Cool. Yeah, this is exciting. I love these conversations when there's this freedom surrounding it. You're not, like Rachel said, you're not pressed to do anything right away. I think this is really, really exciting. And again, it's just, what you said, Rachel, is so true. Just like when you start budgeting for the first time, right? You get a hold of this and you're like, okay, you don't want to make these drastic cuts right away, because you're never going to see. It's like you do a little by little, and you're like, okay, I'll pull back on the groceries here. I'll pull back on eating out here. How does that feel? Okay, great. We can pull back a little bit more here. And it's the same thing when it comes to tackling something like paying off the house. Like you might say, oh, we're going to put $1,000 every month, but let's cool out for a second. Yes. Let's try with a little bit first. See if you can actually maintain that. And then if it feels right, keep going and be very intentional about that. And that's one of the things I love about Every Dollar is you can do that easily. Yes. You can set up, I don't think a lot of people understand this. So when we talk about Every Dollar, it's our budgeting software here at Ramsey Solutions. and it's been around for a while. I've had it since it very first came out. And when it first came out, you couldn't do all the stuff that you can do with it today. Like now you can do the sinking funds in there. You can do the irregular income in there. You can use it to even see like what's your